Number 1. The 1963 Ford Fairlane. The 1963 Ford Fairlane represents an important chapter in Ford's early 1960s lineup. With its clean styling, lightweight construction, and straightforward mechanical design, the Fairlane has become a favorite among classic car enthusiasts looking for an affordable vintage cruiser or a solid foundation for future upgrades. This example is listed for $15,000 in Elkton, Virginia, and is described as being in very good condition. While the listing provides only a few details, it offers enough information to suggest that this Fairlane has been cared for over the years. According to the seller, the body has 91,880 miles, while the engine has been rebuilt. Unfortunately, the exact mileage on the rebuilt engine is unknown because the previous owner has passed away. Even so, a rebuilt engine can be a significant advantage if the work was performed properly, potentially providing improved reliability and many more years of enjoyable driving. Although the listing does not specify the engine size or transmission, the seller emphasizes that the car remains in very good overall condition, making it an appealing option for someone searching for a classic Ford that doesn't appear to require a complete restoration. One of the strengths of the 1963 Fairlane is its simplicity. Parts remain widely available, the mechanical systems are relatively easy to service, and the car has strong aftermarket support for owners who wish to restore, preserve, or modify it over time. The Fairlane's timeless body lines, compact proportions, and comfortable driving characteristics make it equally enjoyable at weekend cruise-ins, local car shows, or relaxed drives on country roads. In my opinion, the most important step for any potential buyer would be verifying the details of the engine rebuild. Receipts, photographs, or maintenance records could help establish when the work was completed and what components were replaced. Because the listing is brief, I would also recommend inspecting the vehicle carefully for rust, checking the condition of the floors, frame rails, trunk, suspension, brakes, and electrical system, and confirming that the engine and transmission operate smoothly. At an asking price of $15,000, this Fairlane appears to be positioned as a solid driver rather than a concours show car. If it truly is in the condition described, it could represent a good value for someone looking to own a dependable early 1960s American classic. Overall, this 1963 Ford Fairlane appears to be an honest vintage Ford with a rebuilt engine, respectable body mileage, and the potential to provide many enjoyable miles of classic motoring. For enthusiasts who appreciate simple, stylish American classics and are willing to perform a thorough inspection before purchasing, this Fairlane could be an excellent addition to a growing collection or the perfect weekend cruiser. Number 2. The 1971 Chevrolet Nova SS. The 1971 Chevrolet Nova SS is the kind of muscle car that perfectly captures the golden era of American performance. Combining a professionally restored appearance with a powerful big-block drivetrain, this Nova delivers the raw performance and unmistakable attitude that enthusiasts continue to admire more than 50 years later. Listed in Rochester, New York, for $39,500, this Nova is finished in its factory Nevada silver with a black vinyl top, matte black SS stripes, and a black bucket seat interior. It features a 4-speed manual transmission, approximately 47,800 miles, and a clean title. The heart of this Nova is a 402 cubic inch Chevrolet big block V8, producing 375 horsepower. While maintaining its period-correct appearance, the engine has been upgraded with a hydraulic roller camshaft, roller rocker arms, and a 770 CFM Holly Street Avenger 4-barrel carburetor, providing stronger performance, smoother operation, and improved reliability over many factory components. Power is sent through the legendary Muncie M21 4-speed manual transmission, one of the most respected gearboxes of the muscle car era. The drivetrain is completed by a 12-bolt Posey traction rear axle with 3.73 gears, a combination that offers impressive acceleration while remaining enjoyable for weekend cruising. Inside, the Nova retains its straightforward muscle car personality with black bucket seats and a driver-focused cockpit. Modern convenience isn't the goal here. Instead, the emphasis remains on delivering an authentic performance driving experience. This Nova also benefits from several desirable upgrades that improve drivability, including power steering and power front disc brakes, making it considerably easier and safer to drive than many comparable classics. Visually, the stance is enhanced by a set of 15-inch American Racing Special Edition torque thrust-style wheels, while the dual exhaust system provides the deep, unmistakable sound that only a healthy Chevrolet big block can produce. One of the most impressive aspects of this car is its exceptionally clean undercarriage, reflecting the quality of the restoration and the level of care it has received throughout its life. In my opinion, this Nova offers an outstanding combination of performance, appearance, and drivability. The big block 402, Muncie 4-speed, 12-bolt Posey rear axle, and tasteful performance upgrades create a package that remains true to the spirit of Chevrolet muscle while being dependable enough for regular enjoyment. At $39,500, the asking price appears very competitive considering the quality of the restoration, desirable drivetrain, and overall presentation. Before purchasing, I would verify the authenticity of the SS badging, inspect the restoration documentation, confirm the engine casting and transmission numbers, and thoroughly examine the underbody to ensure it matches the seller's description. If everything checks out, this 1971 Chevrolet Nova SS represents an exceptional opportunity to own a beautifully restored big block 4-speed muscle car that is equally capable of winning attention at local shows or delivering an unforgettable driving experience on the open road. Number 3. The 1969 Buick Gran Sport 400 Hardtop Coupe. The 1969 Buick Gran Sport 400, often known simply as the GS 400, is one of the most underrated muscle cars of its era. While many enthusiasts immediately think of the Chevelle SS or Pontiac GTO, the GS 400 quietly earned a reputation for delivering exceptional torque, refined styling, and impressive performance, all wrapped in classic Buick luxury. Located in Sparta, New Jersey, this GS 400 is listed for $28,000. It shows 62,241 miles and is described as a turnkey classic that's ready for weekend cruises, local car shows, or to become part of a serious collection. Power comes from the original 400 cubic inch Buick V8, paired with Buick's durable turbo hydromatic automatic transmission. One of the standout features is the original functional dual snorkel ram air intake system, commonly nicknamed the Star Wars air cleaner, a distinctive factory performance component that enthusiasts love to see on an authentic GS. Finished in a striking light olive/lime green with a black vinyl top, the car retains the unmistakable late 1960s Buick appearance. The seller notes straight body panels, glossy paint, clean chrome, and original exterior trim, all contributing to a very attractive presentation. Inside, the cabin features black vinyl bucket seats, a center console with a floor-mounted shifter, a clean headliner, and GS-branded floor mats. The interior maintains the upscale feel Buick was known for while still embracing its muscle car personality. Another major selling point is that the buyer receives 2 complete wheel and tire packages. The car currently rides on aftermarket chrome wheels with BF Goodrich radial T/A tires, giving it an aggressive street stance. Also included are the original Buick Rally wheels, complete with white wall tires and authentic Buick Tri-Shield center caps, allowing the next owner to return the car to a more factory-correct appearance whenever desired. The seller also reports a clean title, a solid frame and undercarriage, and a well-detailed engine bay, reinforcing the impression that this GS has been properly cared for over the years. In my opinion, this GS 400 represents one of the better values in the classic muscle car market today. Genuine Buick Gran Sports are considerably rarer than many comparable GM muscle cars, yet they often sell for significantly less than similarly equipped Chevelles or GTOs. The original ram air setup, factory-style interior, dual wheel sets, solid condition, and attractive color combination make this an especially appealing example. At an asking price of $28,000, this appears to be a very competitive value for a turnkey, big block Buick that delivers both collector appeal and an unforgettable driving experience. Number 4. The 1967 Plymouth GTX. What if you could own one of Mopar's original luxury muscle cars with its original big block drivetrain and fewer than 50,000 miles? This 1967 Plymouth GTX, listed at $47,900 in North Ridgeville, Ohio, is an appealing example of a first-year GTX that combines classic styling with serious V8 performance. Finished in GG1 green over its original white interior, this GTX has a striking factory color combination that stands out from the more common black and red muscle cars of the era. According to the seller, the car has just 49,224 miles, although, as with any classic vehicle, buyers should verify the mileage through available documentation. Power comes from the original 440 cubic inch V8, paired with its original automatic transmission. Having the original engine and transmission is a significant advantage for buyers who value authenticity, especially on a first-generation GTX. The seller also states that everything on the car works, suggesting it is more than just a showpiece. It is a classic that can be driven and enjoyed. The car rides on new 15-inch wheels wrapped in 235/70 redline tires, giving it a period-correct muscle car appearance while providing fresh rubber for the road. Overall, the seller describes the GTX as being in very good condition, making it an attractive option for someone looking for a well-preserved Mopar without immediately taking on a major restoration project. So, is it worth the $47,900 asking price? Personally, I think this GTX has several strong selling points. The combination of the original 440 engine, original automatic transmission, low reported mileage, factory GG1 green paint, and original white interior makes it particularly appealing to enthusiasts who appreciate authentic Mopar muscle. Before purchasing, I would recommend verifying the originality of the drivetrain, confirming the mileage with available records, inspecting the body and undercarriage for rust or previous repairs, and checking the quality of the paint and interior. If everything checks out, this could be a very solid example of one of Plymouth's most desirable muscle cars. For someone looking for a classic that offers big block performance, distinctive styling, and strong collector appeal, this 1967 Plymouth GTX in North Ridgeville, Ohio, deserves serious consideration. It represents the formula that made the GTX famous: a powerful 440 V8, comfortable interior, timeless styling, and the unmistakable presence of a true Mopar muscle car. Number 5. The 1967 Chevrolet Camaro. This 1967 Chevrolet Camaro, located in Cicero, New York, is offered for $40,000 and gives buyers the chance to own the very first model year of one of America's most legendary pony cars. According to the seller, this Camaro has been completely restored and started with a solid foundation before the restoration began. That alone makes it appealing, as finding an early Camaro with a solid body is becoming increasingly difficult. Under the hood is the original 327 cubic inch V8, paired with the classic Powerglide 2-speed automatic transmission. While the drivetrain remains true to its roots, the engine has been upgraded with larger cylinder heads, a performance camshaft, an upgraded intake manifold, and a new carburetor, giving it more power and a stronger personality than a stock 327. One detail collectors will appreciate is that the seller still has all of the original engine parts. That means a future owner could keep the performance upgrades in place or return the engine to factory specifications if originality becomes a priority. The seller describes the Camaro as an absolute head-turner, and that's easy to believe. The 1967 model introduced the Camaro nameplate and established a design that remains one of Chevrolet's most recognizable muscle car silhouettes. The only trade the seller is willing to consider is a C2 Corvette, with cash added if necessary, suggesting they value classic Chevrolet performance just as highly as the Camaro they're selling. Personally, I think this listing strikes a nice balance between originality and usability. The upgraded engine should provide a more exciting driving experience, while the inclusion of the original parts helps preserve the car's long-term collector appeal. At $40,000, buyers should inspect the quality of the restoration, verify the numbers on the original 327 engine, and review any documentation or photographs showing the restoration process. Those details can significantly influence the value of a first-year Camaro. The 1967 Chevrolet Camaro marked the beginning of one of the most celebrated muscle car legends in American history. And with a complete restoration, its original 327 V8, tasteful performance upgrades, the original parts included, and timeless first-year styling, this Camaro offers an exciting combination of collectability, performance, and classic Chevrolet heritage. Number 6. The 1972 Pontiac Lemans Sport Convertible. The 1972 Pontiac Lemans Sport Convertible offers many of the styling cues and driving enjoyment of Pontiac's legendary muscle cars while remaining one of the more affordable ways to own a classic GM convertible. With tasteful upgrades and open-top cruising, this example appears ready for weekend drives and local car shows. Listed for $29,000 in Fort Edward, New York, this 1972 Pontiac Lemans Sport Convertible is finished in eye-catching Sundance orange and has 69,500 miles. Power is provided by a 350 cubic inch Pontiac V8 paired with an automatic transmission, creating a comfortable combination for relaxed cruising. The seller notes that the engine has been upgraded with an aftermarket intake manifold and a Holley 4-barrel carburetor, helping improve airflow and performance over the factory setup. In addition, the original points and condenser ignition has been replaced with a modern HEI electronic ignition system, a popular upgrade that improves reliability, easier starting, and reduced maintenance. The drivetrain has also received attention with the installation of 3.73 rear axle gears along with a posi-traction limited slip differential. This combination gives the lemans much stronger acceleration while ensuring power is delivered to both rear wheels, making the car noticeably more responsive than a standard open differential. Inside, the convertible has been refreshed with new upholstery and new carpeting, giving the cabin a clean appearance. Entertainment has been modernized with a Bluetooth-compatible stereo system and upgraded speakers, allowing owners to enjoy modern audio without sacrificing the classic driving experience. The exterior has also benefited from several upgrades, including a newer convertible top and new wheels and tires, enhancing both appearance and road manners. According to the seller, the Lemans is a very good running car and is a pleasure to drive, suggesting that it is ready to be enjoyed immediately rather than requiring significant mechanical work. The seller is asking $29,000 and specifies no trades. In my opinion, this Lemon strikes a nice balance between originality and practical upgrades. Rather than radically modifying the car, the improvements focus on reliability, drivability, and comfort. The HEI ignition, upgraded induction system, Bluetooth audio, and limited slip rear axle all make the car more enjoyable without taking away from its classic Pontiac character. The Sundance orange paint also gives the convertible plenty of visual appeal, especially with the top down. It's a color that perfectly captures the bold styling of the early 1970s. Before purchasing, I would recommend inspecting the convertible top mechanism, verifying the condition of the floors, trunk, frame, and rear suspension, and confirming that the drivetrain upgrades were installed professionally. A road test would also help evaluate how the 3.73 gears perform during both city and highway driving. Overall, this 1972 Pontiac Lemon Sport convertible appears to be a well-maintained and thoughtfully upgraded classic that offers dependable V8 performance, open-air driving, and attractive styling. With its 350 Pontiac V8, automatic transmission, upgraded induction and ignition, posi rear axle, refreshed interior, newer convertible top, and modern Bluetooth stereo, this Lemons looks like an excellent cruiser that's ready to enjoy from day one. Number 7. The 1972 Pontiac Catalina. The 1972 Pontiac Catalina represents the era when American full-size cars were built for effortless highway cruising, combining generous interior space with dependable V8 performance. While models like the GTO often steal the spotlight, the Catalina has earned a loyal following for its comfort, durability, and distinctive Pontiac styling. Listed in New Britain, Connecticut, for $15,500 or best offer, this Catalina is described as being in like-new condition and reportedly shows only 29,000 miles. According to the seller, it is an Arizona car, an important detail because vehicles from the dry Southwest are often much better preserved than those that have spent their lives in harsher climates. Power comes from a 350 cubic inch Pontiac V8 paired with an automatic transmission, providing smooth performance that is well suited for long-distance cruising. The car is also equipped with factory air conditioning, adding comfort and making it more enjoyable to drive during the warmer months. One of the listing's strongest selling points is the claim that the car is 95% rust-free. For a full-size Pontiac that is more than 5 decades old, minimal rust is a major advantage and could significantly increase its value if confirmed through inspection. With its low reported mileage, Arizona history, and solid body, this Catalina appears to have avoided many of the issues commonly found on large American cars from the early 1970s. In my opinion, this Catalina is an appealing option for buyers who appreciate full-size classics but want something different from the more commonly seen Chevrolet Impalas or Ford Galaxies. The combination of low reported mileage, a rust-resistant history, factory air conditioning, and a reliable Pontiac V8 makes it an attractive cruiser that should be comfortable on both local roads and longer highway trips. At $15,500, the asking price seems quite reasonable if the mileage and condition can be verified. Before purchasing, I would inspect the underbody for rust, confirm the originality of the drivetrain, ensure the air conditioning system is operating properly, and verify documentation supporting the low mileage claim. If everything checks out as described, this 1972 Pontiac Catalina would be an affordable, well-preserved full-size classic that offers comfortable driving, classic Pontiac styling, and excellent value for enthusiasts looking for a unique vintage cruiser. Number 8. The 1963 Chevrolet Impala Two-Door Coupe. The 1963 Chevrolet Impala Two-Door Coupe is a true American classic, admired for its clean body lines, spacious interior, and endless customization potential. This particular example isn't a finished show car, it's a project that offers a solid starting point for someone looking to build their own dream Impala. Located in Akron, Ohio, this car is listed for $16,500 with a firm asking price. It features a blue exterior, black interior, an automatic transmission, and comes with a clean title. The odometer shows 1 million miles, although that figure should be considered non-actual due to the car's age and restoration history. Power comes from a Chevrolet 350 cubic inch V8, equipped with headers and a rebuilt carburetor. According to the seller, the engine starts, the transmission shifts properly, and the car moves and stops under its own power. However, the carburetor still needs tuning, and the exhaust system has not yet been completed. The seller explains that the car underwent a frame-off restoration years ago, but the project was never fully finished. Several new components have already been installed, including new carpet, a new steering column, and a new steering wheel. The sale also includes the complete exterior trim, along with the chrome and stainless pieces needed for reassembly. Importantly, the seller is very transparent about the work that remains. The Impala will require repainting, additional metalwork, electrical wiring, and repairs to the trunk floor. The trunk has previously been patched, while the rear frame has also been repaired. The seller notes that the rear body mounts are temporary and intended only for transport, meaning the car is not currently roadworthy and should be treated strictly as a restoration project. On the positive side, the seller states that the frame and suspension hardware have been renewed, providing a foundation for the next phase of the restoration. In my opinion, this listing stands out because of the seller's honesty. Rather than presenting the car as something it's not, they clearly explain both its strengths and its shortcomings. The fresh 350 V8, included trim, and partially completed restoration could save a future owner considerable time and expense. However, the structural repairs that are still needed, particularly the rear body mounts and rust repair, mean buyers should inspect the car carefully and budget for additional restoration work. At $16,500, this is best suited for someone who enjoys hands-on restoration and wants to build a classic 1963 Impala exactly the way they envision it. Number 9. The 1967 Pontiac Catalina. At first glance, the listing title mentions a 1967 Pontiac Bonneville, but the seller's description identifies the car as a 1967 Pontiac Catalina. That's an important detail that any potential buyer should verify before making an offer. Listed at $25,000 in North Versailles, Pennsylvania, this full-size Pontiac appears to be a comfortable classic cruiser with a few desirable features. Finished in white with a blue interior, the car has approximately 84,000 miles and is equipped with an automatic transmission. Power comes from a Pontiac 400 cubic inch V8, paired with what the seller describes as a 400 automatic transmission. That combination provides plenty of smooth torque and makes the car well suited for relaxed highway cruising. This Pontiac also includes several features that improve everyday drivability. The car is equipped with factory air conditioning, making it much more enjoyable during warm weather drives. An aftermarket cruise control system has also been installed, adding convenience for longer trips. To give the big V8 a little more personality, the seller has fitted a Flowmaster exhaust, providing the deeper exhaust note that many classic car enthusiasts appreciate. The seller describes the car as having a clean title with no significant damage or mechanical problems, and notes that it has already been paid off. So, is it worth the $25,000 asking price? Personally, this looks like a classic that's aimed more at comfortable cruising than outright muscle car performance. The Pontiac 400 V8, automatic transmission, factory air conditioning, and cruise control make it the kind of car you could enjoy on long weekend drives or take to local cruise nights. However, because the listing title and the seller's description identify different Pontiac models. Confirming whether the car is actually a Bonneville or a Catalina should be one of the first steps before moving forward. A buyer should also inspect the body, frame, floors, and trunk for rust, verify the condition of the drivetrain, and check that the air conditioning and other accessories operate properly. If everything checks out, this 1967 Pontiac in North Versailles, Pennsylvania, could be an enjoyable full-size American classic with plenty of V8 character. Whether it's ultimately confirmed as a Bonneville or a Catalina, it offers the timeless styling, comfortable ride, and unmistakable presence that made Pontiac's full-size cars so popular during the late 1960s. At $25,000 or best offer, it could be a solid choice for someone looking for a spacious, easy-driving classic that's ready to be enjoyed. Number 10. The 1966 Chevrolet Chevelle 300 Deluxe 2-Door Post. This 1966 Chevrolet Chevelle 300 Deluxe 2-Door Post, located in White Plains, New York, is listed for $32,500 and offers the classic look of Chevrolet's lightweight post coupe combined with serious big block performance. Finished in white with a brand new red interior, the car is equipped with a manual transmission and is listed with 1,966 miles. That figure likely reflects miles since the current build or restoration rather than the vehicle's total lifetime mileage. The biggest attraction is under the hood, where you'll find a mildly built 454 cubic inch big block V8. It's paired with a rebuilt Muncie M21 4-speed manual transmission, giving the driver full control over plenty of torque and classic muscle car character. Power is delivered through a brand new rebuilt 12-bolt rear axle fitted with 3.36 gears, and the seller notes that both the transmission and rear end have fewer than 10 miles since being rebuilt. Mechanically, the car has received an impressive list of recent upgrades, including new front disc brakes and rear drum brakes, a brand new exhaust system from the manifolds back, a new Hurst Competition Plus shifter, and linkage, a completely new red interior. The seller describes the body as solid and says the older paint job rates around 7 out of 10, suggesting it's presentable for cruising and local shows without claiming Concours-level perfection. According to the listing, the Chevelle runs and drives great and is described as a nice cruiser, offering the kind of performance that a big block Chevelle is famous for while still being enjoyable on the street. Personally, I think the 300 Deluxe post body gives this Chevelle a unique appeal. These post cars are lighter than hardtops and have a purposeful, no-nonsense appearance that many muscle car enthusiasts appreciate. Add a 454 big block and a Muncie 4-speed, and you have a combination that's difficult to ignore. At $32,500, buyers should inspect the quality of the drivetrain installation, verify the engine specifications, and examine the body and frame for originality and overall condition. Documentation for the recent mechanical work would also be valuable. The 1966 Chevrolet Chevelle 300 Deluxe may have started life as one of Chevrolet's simpler models. But with its 454 big block V8, rebuilt M21 4-speed, fresh 12-bolt rear axle, upgraded brakes, new interior, and classic post-coupe styling, it has become a serious street machine that's built to deliver an authentic muscle car driving experience. Number 11. The 1970 Plymouth Duster 340. The 1970 Plymouth Duster 340 is one of the most respected compact muscle cars of the golden era. Lightweight, aggressive, and powered by one of Mopar's best small-block V8 engines, the Duster 340 earned a reputation for delivering serious performance while often surprising much larger competitors on the street and at the drag strip. This example is offered from a private collection in Rochester, New York, and is finished in a vibrant orange exterior with a black interior. The seller reports just 20,908 miles on the odometer and states that the car is equipped with a 340 cubic inch V8 backed by an automatic transmission. The heart of this Duster is undoubtedly the legendary 340 V8, an engine widely praised for its high revving nature, impressive horsepower, and excellent performance potential. Even decades after production ended, the 340 remains one of the most desirable small-block engines Chrysler ever produced. According to the seller, the car features beautiful paint that complements the Duster's muscular body lines. The seller also highlights an awesome exhaust system, describing its sound as one that purrs amazing, suggesting the car has the unmistakable rumble enthusiasts expect from a classic Mopar. Another attractive feature is the reported 20,908 miles, although prospective buyers should always verify whether the mileage is original or has rolled over, especially on vehicles of this age. The seller explains that the Duster has been part of a private collection and is currently stored in a climate-controlled environment, an important detail that often helps preserve both the mechanical components and the overall condition of collector vehicles. The listing notes that the owner is simply rotating the collection, indicating that the sale is motivated by making room for other vehicles rather than by any known issues with the car. While the heading lists the price as $50,000, the seller's description states an asking price of $59,500. Anyone interested should confirm the current asking price directly with the seller before proceeding. In my opinion, the combination of a 340 V8, attractive color combination, low reported mileage, and long-term climate-controlled storage makes this Duster particularly appealing. The early Duster 340 models have become increasingly collectible because they offer authentic Mopar muscle in a lighter, more compact package than many B-body cars. Before purchasing, I would recommend verifying the vehicle's documentation, confirming the engine and drivetrain numbers if originality is important, and inspecting the floors, frame rails, trunk, suspension, and body panels for originality and overall condition. If the mileage is indeed documented, that would add meaningful value to the car. Overall, this 1970 Plymouth Duster 340 appears to be a well-preserved collector-quality muscle car with desirable performance credentials and classic Mopar styling. With its legendary 340 V8, automatic transmission, striking orange finish, excellent presentation, and climate-controlled ownership history, it has all the ingredients to appeal to both serious collectors and enthusiasts looking for a standout classic that can be enjoyed for years to come. Number 12. The 1964 Buick Electra 225 Convertible. The 1964 Buick Electra 225 Convertible represents the height of Buick's luxury and performance during the early 1960s. Nicknamed the Deuce and a Quarter because of its impressive overall length, the Electra 225 combined elegant styling, powerful V8 performance, and premium comfort, making it one of the finest full-size American convertibles of its era. Listed in Milford, Massachusetts, for $20,500, this beautiful convertible is finished in a striking red exterior with a matching red leather interior. It features an automatic transmission, approximately 115,000 miles, and has had only 2 owners throughout its lifetime. One of the car's biggest highlights is its Wildcat 445 V8, Buick's legendary 401 cubic inch 4-barrel engine producing 325 horsepower. Known for its abundant low-end torque and exceptionally smooth operation, this engine perfectly complements the Electra's role as a luxurious highway cruiser. According to the seller, the current long-term ownership history is especially impressive. The previous owner purchased the car in 1972 and kept it for decades, suggesting the vehicle has been cared for by someone who appreciated its originality and preservation. The Electra remains completely stock and original, with only one lacquer repaint completed during the 1980s. Preserving the factory appearance while maintaining originality is often highly desirable among collectors of luxury classics. Luxury equipment includes power windows, a power driver's seat, power steering, power brakes, a power antenna, and a genuine leather interior. These features made the Electra one of Buick's flagship models and still provide a remarkably comfortable driving experience today. The seller also reports that the convertible top is in excellent condition, operating properly with no issues. Mechanically, the car is said to run, drive, stop, and function well, making it a true driver-quality classic that can be enjoyed immediately rather than requiring restoration. Rather than claiming the car is concours quality, the seller honestly describes it as a nice driver-quality convertible, an approach that often inspires confidence because expectations are realistic. In my opinion, this Electra offers tremendous value. It combines an iconic Buick big block V8, extensive factory luxury options, 2-owner history, impressive originality, and an attractive asking price that is well below many comparable full-size luxury convertibles from the same era. At $20,500, the price appears very competitive considering the equipment, condition, and ownership history. Before purchasing, I would inspect the underbody for corrosion, verify the operation of all power accessories, confirm the condition of the convertible top and hydraulic system, and ensure the Wildcat 445 drivetrain performs as described. If everything checks out, This 1964 Buick Electra 225 convertible represents an outstanding opportunity to own one of Buick's most luxurious and elegant classics, a comfortable, powerful, and increasingly collectible American convertible that is ready to be driven and enjoyed. Number 13. The 1973 Chevrolet Nova. The 1973 Chevrolet Nova has become one of the most popular platforms for modern performance builds, and this example is a serious restomod that combines classic muscle car styling with proven LS power and a thoroughly upgraded suspension. Located in Merrimack, New Hampshire, this Nova is listed for $28,000. It features a red exterior with a black interior, an automatic transmission, and a clean title. The odometer reads 123,456 miles, although much of the drivetrain has been replaced or upgraded. At the heart of the build is an LQ9 6.0-liter V8 sourced from a 2006 Cadillac Escalade. According to the seller, the engine had approximately 50,000 miles before installation. It has been enhanced with ultimate long-tube headers, a CompCam's XR269HR camshaft, upgraded valve springs, and a vintage air serpentine drive system with an ATI harmonic balancer, creating a combination that should deliver impressive horsepower along with excellent reliability. Backing the LS engine is a 4L65E automatic transmission from a 2005 Pontiac GTO, a stronger version of the well-known 4L60E that is capable of handling increased power. The rear drivetrain is equally impressive, featuring a Moser 12-bolt rear axle with 3.42 gears and an Eaton TrueTrack limited slip differential, providing excellent traction while remaining street-friendly. The suspension has received extensive upgrades designed to dramatically improve handling. The front features Global West upper and lower control arms paired with QA1 double-adjustable coilover shocks, while the rear has been converted to a RideTech 4-link suspension with RideTech adjustable coilovers. These are premium components that significantly outperform the original factory suspension. Braking performance has also been improved with Willwood front disc brakes and a HydroBoost brake system, while the rear retains drum brakes. Inside, the cabin has been modernized without losing its classic appeal. The interior floors were treated with POR 15, covered with Dynamat sound insulation, and fitted with new carpeting. Additional upgrades include a Dakota digital instrument cluster, B&M shifter, Pioneer audio system, JL audio amplifier, and MTX speakers. A Tanks incorporated fuel tank with an in-tank fuel pump and a trunk-mounted battery complete the modernized fuel and electrical systems. The seller also notes that vintage air conditioning has been installed but is not yet fully completed, leaving one remaining project for the next owner. In my opinion, this Nova represents outstanding value for the money. The parts list alone includes thousands of dollars in high-quality components from respected brands like Moser, RideTech, QA1, Willwood, Global West, Dakota Digital, and Vintage Air. Building a similar car today would almost certainly cost far more than the $28,000 asking price. Assuming the workmanship matches the quality of the components, this could be an excellent opportunity for someone looking for a reliable, modernized LS-powered muscle car that is equally capable of weekend cruising, spirited driving, and local car shows. Number 14. The 1977 Mercury Cougar XR7. What if you're looking for a classic personal luxury coupe that offers V8 comfort, distinctive styling, and a surprisingly affordable price? This 1977 Mercury Cougar XR7, listed at $9,000 in Elyria, Ohio, could be an excellent choice for someone who enjoys the smooth, relaxed cruising experience of late 1970s American cars. The car is finished in brown with a matching brown interior, complete with the period-correct patterned seats that were popular during the era. According to the seller, the Cougar has 108,000 miles and originally came from Texas, which is encouraging because vehicles from drier climates often experience less rust than those that have spent their lives in northern states. Mechanically, the seller says the engine runs perfectly and reports no fluid leaks, always a positive sign for a nearly 50-year-old classic. The listing doesn't specify the engine size, but the XR7 was known for providing a comfortable ride and smooth V8 performance, making it an ideal weekend cruiser rather than an all-out muscle car. One important note concerns the wheels. The chrome wheels shown in the photos are not included with the sale. Instead, the car will come with its original factory wheels, and the seller also mentions that a spare tire is included in the trunk. The seller describes the Cougar as being in good condition and says they may consider trades for the right vehicle. So, is it worth the $9,000 asking price? Personally, this Cougar appears to offer solid value. Finding a running, driving, rust-conscious personal luxury coupe from the late 1970s for under 5 figures is becoming more difficult every year. The Texas history, good mechanical condition, factory wheels, and clean presentation all add to its appeal. Before purchasing, I would recommend inspecting the body for hidden rust, especially around the lower fenders, quarter panels, trunk floor, and frame, while also checking the suspension, brakes, air conditioning, and interior condition. Verifying the engine type and reviewing any available maintenance records would also be worthwhile. If the car is as clean as the seller describes, this 1977 Mercury Cougar XR7 in Elyria, Ohio, could make an enjoyable and affordable classic. It may not deliver the high horsepower excitement of a 1960s muscle car, but it offers something different. A stylish, comfortable American cruiser that reflects the luxury and design trends of the late 1970s. At $9,000, it could be an attractive entry point into classic car ownership for someone who appreciates comfort, originality, and vintage Mercury styling. Number 15. The 2001 Buick Century Custom Sedan. This 2001 Buick Century Custom Sedan, located in East Sparta, Ohio, is listed for $1,000 and could be an excellent budget project for someone with basic mechanical skills. Finished in burgundy with a gray interior, this Buick has 110,000 miles, an automatic transmission, and a clean title. The seller also notes that the car has been paid off, with no significant accident history reported. Mechanically, the biggest concern is the braking system. According to the seller, the car needs either new brakes or a brake booster, making it unsafe to drive home in its current condition. Because of this, the seller recommends that it either be towed or repaired where it is before being driven. The front tires are said to be in good overall condition, although both front tires have slow air leaks that will also need attention. One encouraging point is that the seller says the engine runs fantastic and starts right up, suggesting that the drivetrain may still have plenty of life left. The only other issue specifically mentioned is that the air conditioning is not working. Personally, I think this is the kind of listing that appeals to a DIY mechanic. The reported mechanical issues are fairly straightforward compared to major engine or transmission failures, and the dependable reputation of the Buick Century's drivetrain makes it worth considering if the rest of the car is solid. At $1,000, buyers should carefully inspect the brake system, confirm whether the problem is limited to the booster or involves additional components, and check for rust, suspension wear, and any hidden maintenance needs before making an offer. The 2001 Buick Century Custom isn't a show car, but with a strong running engine, clean title, relatively modest 110,000 miles, and an affordable asking price, it could be an excellent value for someone willing to repair the brakes, fix the tire leaks, and restore the air conditioning to get a comfortable daily driver back on the road.